All right. So I thought this would be a good time to start the live. Um, we're about to get started with some speeches and get the rally up and going. So far, it looks to be things are pretty peaceful. Yeah, it's just, two opposing sides basically. Um, there was agreement, I believe, before everything started, but yeah. Things are looking good. People are starting to stream in on both sides. So yeah, we got people with signs and all that, and we're using the cars as a way to block people from going. It's like basically just like a physical barrier, and of course we have the road right there, just making sure people stay safe. But yeah, it looks like things are just going to turn out good. This is going to be a good event. There's water, there's ways to sign up to vote. Just a lot of things that are pretty positive. Unfortunately, the buses of Antifa have yet to arrive. So, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's looking to be like a really good event. I'll most likely be popping in and out of this. Just recording speeches, all of that. But yeah. For news sources, it looks like KOB's here, but I don't see anybody else. But yeah, it just looks like it's gonna be pretty good. There's also like Church's Chicken across the street, so might hit up that afterwards. And I think I just want to bring my 2 cents in. It's just, we see a lot of like the "Don't Tread on Me" flags. I just find it interesting because "Don't tread on me" is like anti-government, and they're pairing it up with like "Back the Blue" and all that. It's just funny because it's completely contradictory. It's like hypocritical in their own ideology, and it really comes down to just like, what do you really believe in? Oh, and another thing, it's all just giant trucks. Just they and it looks like they got them lifted like today for this. I don't know. I think other than that though, there's gonna be no confrontation. There probably will be, but we have people here to help mitigate any violent confrontation.
We're trying to be peaceful. Run your mouth, bro.
So it looks like guys trying to start stuff with our side. Yeah. Like I said, we have people to help mitigate that. But yeah. It's just stuff like that, the best thing we could do is just ignore that. Yo. Okay, so it looks like they're okay, so Leah, looks like there's a growing conflict happening. Yeah, I'm just gonna back away from that. So yeah, it's just people trying to start stuff. Kind of disappointing, but it's whatever. But yeah, it's to be expected. And when it comes to doing security for protests, usually you're holding back your own side. But looks like on this side there isn't a clear organizer. I can go ask them, but but like I don't know. I know yesterday they called off the protest on the counter-protest side. So these people, I don't believe, have like a unified like leader or organization behind their names. I did see a few New Mexico Civil Guard members. That was about it. It's actually one I know personally. Uh, you know, I kind of bullied them at Oñate, but it's whatever. But yeah. So it looks like. Okay, so someone just said they're gonna shoot somebody. Okay. And now people are okay. Okay, so I will. Thank you. But yeah, it looks like someone just threatened to shoot us. But knowing Trumpies, they live off of false promises. So but yeah, it's the Gadsden don't tread on me flags for me. I just coming from someone who has lived with an actual like libertarian, like these Gadsden flags are so misplaced. But hey. But yeah, it looks to be that the situation's being mitigated. And looks like one of the New Mexico Civil Guard members are okay. So looks like we got some conflict going on at the line right there. Like I said, there's no clear organization behind the other side. So they're not behind like a single message or a single way of going about this. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, things are looking good. There's like water that people can take. And like I said earlier, there's some places to register to vote. And really, that's like one of the biggest things here that they wanted to do is they wanted, of course, bring people out for Black Lives Matter, but also to vote because voting is one of the best things you could do right now. I hear a lot of people talking about like I'm not going to vote because both the candidates are bad. Like, but yeah. So it looks like we're moving. We're moving to the middle. I have a feeling things might get a little heated, but we have really strong leadership here, and yeah. And like I said earlier, I'm really impressed with the leadership with this, specifically the security and medic leadership. They're very centralized, they know what they're doing. So the people that are actually doing security for this event are, I believe, the Wall-O-Vets. They are, they're, of course, Wall-O-Vets, they're veterans from the U.S. military. So yeah, definitely got some strong people helping to keep us safe. Not a single person, I believe. I don't see anybody on the other side with any guns actively drawn out. And I don't see, it looks like nobody on either side has any, at least open carry weapons. I could be wrong though.
Oh yeah, also vets, do you need to like pull away to go deal with anything along this perimeter? We're supposed to like fill our spot in.
Okay.
A zone defense.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm on Facebook Live right now, so. But yeah, looks like things are gonna be going good. We're about to have some speeches most likely. We're gonna hear some of the leaders speak, and yeah. But yeah, I'm really glad to be out here. Things are looking good. Yeah, so I was monitoring a situation where a New Mexico Civil Guard member came and started arguing with people. They basically came in for conflict. We do have a pretty secure security team here. It's the Walla Vets, so. But yeah, I believe most of them are going to be concealed carry from the looks of it. But yeah. Everyone's gathering on the other side, and we're gonna hear some speeches. But yeah. But yeah, it's been really cool. I'm just seeing most of the people are kind of staying in their own place. I would say numbers-wise, I mean we're probably a little bit less than the other side, but we got support actually from some of the building owners. So I don't know if you can see, but it says BLM on there. So it was interesting. The guy just put it up and then just immediately left. So. But yeah, man. It looks like speeches are about to start, so I'll probably go ahead and keep eyes on that. If anything happens, I'll show you guys.
How do you find the perfect gift? Download. First of all, make a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause.
So they're trying to drown us out right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get closer to the speeches real quick.
The fact that they don't understand when we say Black Lives Matter, that's not saying all lives don't matter. That's just saying until we recognize that Black lives have to matter, all lives can't matter. So we're going to get started here in about 2 minutes. We're just waiting for this interview to wrap up. Torrance Green will be our first speaker. We want to give a special thanks to all our vets, all our security, all our volunteers, and especially to all of you all. For making this happen, because at the end of the day, we know time is valuable. That's one thing we can't get back. So the fact that you all have chosen to spend your time here with us to fight for this cause, we truly appreciate it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I wasn't supposed to speak, so. If you haven't registered to vote, we do have a voters table. If you haven't signed up for the census, we have a census table. Make sure your neighborhood and our state gets the funding that we deserve, because for so many different reasons, New Mexico gets left behind or gets left out. We're tired of being left out, so we got to make sure our numbers show that we shouldn't be left out.
Woo! So yeah, like you said, we have census and voting registration.
Hi everybody, my name is Nicole Rogers and I run a foundation called Wellstand Foundation, and we are here, like Arthur said, promoting the census. And how many of you have not done the census? Everybody here has.
I'm
Give
7.
yourself the biggest. Oh my God.
For a fun fact, I legally cannot do the census.
It actually amounts to $5,000 per person that's here every single year for the next 10 years.
Woo!
And our Trump supporters over there are trying to kill the census and end the census early because they don't want us to count. So forget the Trump supporters over there. I bet you if I go ask the same question, there's a bunch of people over there that haven't done their census. I'm just saying. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for standing with Black movement of New Mexico, because it's important that we don't just survive. We want to thrive in this state. We deserve the same things that they get. Equal housing, fair housing, no more redlining Black people. Have you guys heard of that?
Yep.
It happened here in New Mexico. I had a friend who's African American. She got her house appraised because they were about to sell it. She had all her Black Lives Matter stuff on her house, her pictures of her family. Her appraisal came down $30,000 less than what it should have. She said, let me try an experiment. She took all those things down, all the pictures of Black people, all the Black Lives Matter, all of those things down. Her house appraised $40,000 more than it did the first time. So it's real, and we deserve better. So thank you so much for being here. Come get the giveaways. We have hand sanitizer, masks. They're all free, and you all deserve them because you already did your census. So thank you.
Thank you, Nicole Rogers. Now we'll have Torrance Green.
I'm going to be short and quick. I appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. We have the people in the white vest, that's the wall of vets. Please respect them when they talk, when they say something. They came out here to some time. Respect them. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, they're on the stage. You don't have to come and put the opposition out of there. It can't be scary, so we appreciate you guys.
Woo!
Short and sweet, short and sweet. Again, that's Torrance Green, everybody. We appreciate all the work that he does behind the scenes. I think we have
not herself in this state, in this city right here. I left Rio Rancho after I had to send my youngest daughter away. They've been with me their entire life. I raised them alone. Do you know how much it hurts me not to have my kids here with me? However, their sanity, their mental health means way more to me. Okay, than my company. I don't want that for all of our children. I don't want that for the children that have yet to be born. You know what? What's sad with these so-called Trump supporters, okay, is that a lot of them are Christian. Claim to be. Right? I don't know what Bible they pick up in the morning, but it damn sure ain't the Bible that I'm reading.
Yep.
They gotta be pulled out constantly on their hypocrisy and on their BS. It takes all of us. We can't do this as an individual group. If there are questions you have, if there are issues at your workplace, at your school, please let us know. We don't want to just be out here protesting and marching without having some kind of action behind it. We're not going to pay them no mind. Thank y'all for anybody that has held me back, because what they're trying to do is agitate us. We are not going to let them. They've called us anarchists, rioters, looters. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but if we were going to do any of that, would we do it in the day? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not. Black Lives Matter at night. What they got to understand is we're not going to fall for their BS. I want to personally thank y'all for coming out, because, like I said, it gets tiring, it gets hard to constantly keep showing up at these actions and nothing changes. It's our elected officials. After we get rid of these people, it's our so-called elected officials. Let me tell you something. They're sitting real comfortable in the offices. You hear me? They're real comfortable because they have a base that has not voted them out. For years, since I was a child, there are people that still serve and have done nothing for the likes of you and me. I gotta be honest, a lot of that is our fault. We get real complacent as a people. We get tired, we get frustrated, and we kind of get lackadaisical about our actions. And we don't get out to vote. We have to change that November 3rd, y'all. Trust me, I was one of those people for years. My vote's not going to make a difference on one person. If we keep having that mindset, we're going to keep having Trump ass and people like him in the White House. Please get out and vote. Thank you all for coming. I love you.
Appreciate you, Frankie. Appreciate you. And next we'll have Sister Barbara. She's actually the president of our now Rio Rancho chapter. So go ahead and give her a hand too.
Hi guys, I just want to thank you all for being out here. Thank you for supporting this movement.
Is that a golf club?
I had to actually write this.
The guy's swinging around a golf club. Bro,
Martin Luther King Jr. said,
this isn't Dead Island.
injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. He wrote this in a letter, April 13, 1963, when he was sitting in the Birmingham jail. And here we are 57 years later. Let me repeat that. This is 57 years later, and we're asking America to still judge us by the content of our character instead of the color of our skin. Martin Luther King Jr. again, when he did his call to end racism speech, the famous I Have a Dream speech, we asked them to get off our necks. We asked them, we told them we can't breathe. When we did that, it was a cry across not only the United States, but several countries joined into our cause. And you know what? We were rewarded with them putting a bag over our brother's face. 10 more people have died since George Floyd. 10 more people have been murdered since George Floyd. Since we said enough was enough, 10 more people have lost their lives at the hands of the police, at the hands of these paid murderers that our taxpayer dollars are paying for. We're paying them, and they're going out in the street and killing us. When we call them for so-called assistance, like the young man who had the mental health emergency, he ended up in the ground. That's not what I want for my children. That's not what I want for our children. That's not what I want for us. Do you understand that this movement has been going on for 400 plus years? Do you realize that that spans across 12 generations? 12 generations of minority children have had to suffer racist incidents everywhere in this world. 12 generations of our children have been called nigger to their face. 12 generations of our children are afraid of the police. 12 generations of our children are being treated differently by their teachers. 12 generations of our children are losing their lives in the medical centers. 12 generations of our children can't find a fucking job. It's a fucking joke. If them motherfuckers over there felt like all lives matter, they'd be over here. Rio Rancho Police Department has a fucking MRAP. Do you think they need a $500,000 to $1 million vehicle?
Hell no.
Do you understand that those funds could have been put back into our community?
Hell yes.
To put more mental health workers in our schools.
Yep.
Those they could have been used in our community to help minority businesses here in Rio Rancho. I am a damn Rio Rancho resident. And I come home to this fucking racist place every fucking day. I'm sick of it. Aren't you tired?
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired. My spirit is tired. My soul is tired. But you know what? We're not gonna stop. Because when I get tired, I remember that my ancestors have lost their lives for this. I remember that Martin Luther King was arrested 29 times for this. I remember that he was assassinated by the government for this. And I keep going. So I need you guys to keep going. We will not be stopped. We will not be silenced. This is our movement. And we will have this moment that we've been waiting for 12 generations. Our lives matter. Thank you guys for coming out today. I truly appreciate the support. Every time we have to show up. Every time you have to make the phone calls. Every time and every day. I know it gets tiresome. Make the phone calls for Breonna Taylor. Make the phone call every day for Jacob Blake. Make the phone call so that we can see justice through.
Again, that's Barbara. She is the president of our Rio Rancho chapter, so look her up on Facebook and go ahead and follow that page and make sure, like she said, get involved. It's great that everybody shows up, so we need you all to do more once you leave. Talk to somebody else. Break down that wall, break that barrier down. Make them understand why you show up so much. Next, we'll have a few words from Tay Berry, who is the head organizer of this event and is the head leader of the BLM chapter.
First off, I do want to thank all y'all for coming out here today. I'm not going to say much right now. I'm going to come back in a little bit. But I just want you guys to know again that I do want to thank y'all for coming. Y'all make this happen every time.
I've seen that guy so much.
I mean, no matter how hard it is, or
He was at Beyonce when it
what we
happened.
going through today, you know, you guys still out here fighting. That's what we got to do. We got to keep fighting.
Oh my God.
Like I tell you all the time, bring somebody the next time you come.
He's an interesting character.
Talk to somebody that may not know. Let's just educate one another. We was told today that we was gonna have a conversation with them people, and it ain't been a conversation. So it's like, how many people really want to have a conversation? How many people are just talking about it? And that's the same thing with us. How many out here are really wanting change? How many of us are really gonna put in the work for the change? Or are we just gonna talk about the change all the time? So ask yourselves that. Like I said, I'll be back in a moment. We'll talk to y'all a little more after that. Thank y'all.
So as I look into the crowd, I can look at your eyes and I can tell you got something on your mind. This is the time where you come and you take this mic and you tell us what's on your mind. This platform is for you all, so come utilize it. So if anybody has something to say, this is your time to come speak. Don't be shy. Not everybody run up at once.
Alright, so my phone's about to die, so I'll check in probably... Yeah, my phone's about to die, so I'm probably gonna check in maybe in like 30 minutes, maybe earlier. But yeah, things are looking good so far, and I'll check in later.